space
So,
taking.
yeah,
I mean,
that's
you heard
nice.
it from
I think the change up from Koi looks pretty good. I'm
I'm
interested with this comp, to be honest.
You're the star, and
The Viper
this
Omen.
role switch is certainly putting him in a position to thrive as a star.
Let's see how Benji
Yeah,
does for
I
his
think
first
this is the
game.
kind of thing, right? Because most importantly, this is like some of the best roles. I think in 2021 we had this big discussion. Okay, you know what? Stark is the best Sky we have, and you know Sulkaz is somewhere behind that. I think this is first of all one great thing. He plays that role particularly good. With Trex, on the other hand, this is his most played agent by, I think, 100 maps.
This means they might be
He
leaning more
plays
into
it
Raze.
so strong,
Yeah.
and so good. The mechanics, so well versed in that department. The only thing that I find so interesting, which is kind of weird on the Heretic side of things,
I can't
is
remember the last time I saw
Omen and
Kellogg's
Viper,
on
right?
Raze.
It's not often happening, but when it happens, it's odd.
Yes, absolutely, and I think that's actually just coming back to Evolva. This guy from day one, he has been a menace on Omen. I mean, this guy was known for it back in beta days, so seeing him pick that through, I actually think this is exactly what we theorized. Benji comes in, he's going to be moving over to a role that that he is comfortable on, but also offsetting other people's roles back to comfort. Evolva is now on an agent where he will thrive, and I think that was my main feedback going through the season, looking at this guy who I've been a massive fan of since day one.
Do you know, Britt, what's up? Thanks so much, Britt, with the 14 months. Appreciate it. Chat, you know what to do is get some slugs in for Britt. Thank you. Thanks for the 14 months.
Seen Heretics play this
Yo,
composition
what's
at
up?
all. With so much on the line, ending your run at VCT, qualifying for champs. Let's head over into the first map of our first game at EMEA LCQ with Des and Ender.
We'll see. We'll see how he fares.
Great first game coming up, Ender. I know we came into this and we were like,
The
first
Kellogg's
day,
Raze,
couple
dude,
of
I was
teams,
trying to
one's gotta
remember
go
if I've
home,
seen
of
it.
course,
I
either
can't
game's
remember.
played, but this one, with Benji
Might be
being
good
in
for him,
there,
though.
Benji Fishy, by the way, we've got to talk about that name in a bit. New player coming in, makes things exciting. Can Heretics break that curse from last time and actually beat Koi this time?
That's what I'm wondering, because there's so many changes, right? Whether it's the roster, whether it's the agent select coming in, that was a little bit of a curveball they threw us to what they were playing back with Weber. Of course, the last time these teams faced off, it was
Kakuka, what's up? How we doing?
second series win of the season. So they have the slight upper hand.
Did I watch the
here, but none of
pre-show of
that
all the players?
matters.
Nah, there was
2
Pacific
months
games
ago.
on.
Like, you can come in with
I got the
expectation you want, but
TLDR
these
though
teams
of
are
most of the
different.
stuff.
Even Koi, where things stay
Benji said
largely
it's
the same. They've had 2
it's a loss
months
if
to work
Koi
on
get
themselves and get ready to make that final push to
double-digit
champs.
rounds.
That's the big one, right? Neither of
Screams
these two teams have
IGLing
played
again.
really for the last couple of months.
That's pretty much the main
feels like a lot has
takeaways.
happened in that time, and a lot has. We've had Ascension with everything else running through. But for these teams, it has been 2 months of getting back to the drawing board and refiguring things out. Now, as we've seen, both in draft in terms of agent and map, things have changed massively for the side of Heretics. Koi sticking a little bit to what's familiar here, but you know there'll be some changes here, Prep. They don't want to walk
What's
into
up
this
as well,
one
Yinsu?
being fully counter-preppable by the side of Heretics.
Rhyme said they didn't change too much. They didn't need to change too much.
Right off the rip, just to fight to try and stay alive.
All right, we get Koi on defense.
I loved how the
Heretics on attack.
Evolva,
He did a
and
full
then
pass
Omen,
and
he was
push down.
pulling out.
Benji
Now
eats the
Koi just
flash,
looking for a little
but
bit
he's
of
fine. He
early
holds
aggression,
strong.
but it's actually a Northside arcade.
Okay, we've got no
pitch.
game
Looked
sound
like
for a
Koi,
little bit.
after
Don't
only
worry,
finding the
chat.
Cypher,
They're
thought
gonna
that it
sort
was
that
gonna
one
go over
out.
towards A, and now they're caught slightly out of position, all playing over towards CT, try and fight out of these smokes.
Yeah, heavy blitz on the way through, and you can just see Koi paying that respect as well, backing out. But there's still a little bit conscious, potentially a plant coming on the A side of here. You can still see the sky hanging out that way, but surely the call comes in here that everyone is hard hitting their way
Okay,
through. Plants going down.
this is a hard
Still
retake,
watching out for
really.
the flank, but
How many
now
smokes we
Koi
got left?
have got to battle their way back into the
Oh,
site.
no
They
more
just continue
smokes
control of. Perfectly timed TP out as well.
Benji gets his first
traded
kill.
back as
Benji
Heretics
gets his
find a few.
second kill.
Benji
Just
Fishy
straight up
showing
dueling
up
from A
in
main
the
here.
first round. He is silent. And
Damn,
a
he's actually
killer. We're
popping
not even
them.
seeing
He
him
did
on
so
the
much
screens.
damage to Shados as well.
Just keeping himself busy for sure.
Okay,
but
I mean,
Heretics come out fighting in that
Benji
first
said to me
round.
that he was going to get an ace on his fast pistol,
Again, I think
2
played the
kills
right
and a
move
good
there as
amount of
well, conceding
damage.
side control, not wanting to stick it in the numbers disadvantage, but
He might even be talking about that there. That's so funny.
First round, 2? That's a record, surely? We were
so
saying
funny.
it's really funny. You look at the names on the teams, right? You have like players like Wolfen, Starkso, Benji Fishy.
Benji Fishy.
Benji Fishy.
That doesn't tell you he came from Fortnite. I don't know what does.
The kids
but
will
that
love
aim
that.
right there, nicely done. He's able to finish off that second kill through the smoke. This actually gives us a little bit of time, I think, to talk about the 2 different
All right, in
comps,
terms of how they're
because
approaching
primarily
this,
one
it
of the
is
things, it was the double
rifle,
smokes from
rifle,
Team Heretics.
rifle,
You just
and then we go to
saw some of the
Spectre.
value the Omen
So
can
we got 2
give
kind
in
of backup
his,
guns. They're allowed 2 deaths
terribly
really.
difficult
1
to
death is
actually find
perfect,
a
then have a
plant
really
on,
perfect buy.
Frack temperature, especially over
In terms
on
of
that
Koi,
B site, you're often just getting blasted by breach utility on the other side. So having the TP to escape from a position where
yeah,
usually
don't really
if you
buy
plant
too much.
slant, you're almost always
We've got a
getting
shorty
killed.
in heaven.
Makes it a little bit nicer to play the post more on site over towards
3
tower
passing
as
over
well.
towards A,
But
Sheriff
also
as well.
with these 2 comps and the Cypher coming online, you're going to see a lot of play around the camera.
That's your
placement.
smoker.
Right now, it is just Wolfen playing solo over towards B with the camera on arcade, spot out lurks, spot out hits, and set up for the
Are they just going to straight up avoid heaven, or are we going into that?
But later on, you'll see
No
that
one wants to go heaven against an eco.
a lot of power of scouting and retake ability.
That's great info.
At least one's up in tower here.
Yeah, not a chance they're going up there with this one as well, right?
Coming in towards site. Surely says to Koi, something is going down. You can see a real.
At least it was the guy with the pistol. Again, I see handle in. That's the person that can go down. That's the guy with the pistol.
3 players of Koi are coming in under here, rotating their way back through spawn, but Abova's here
Great
to
flash.
greet them. Flash comes through, but he don't miss those. Finds himself 1, looking in for the next 2 as well. Abova finds 2.
Okay, that was the absolute perfection in terms of what they could lose. They could lose the one person with the pistol. They keep all the guns. They buy an extra rifle into this. This is a really good bonus. 4 guns, 1 Spectre.
And it'll always find you one, it seems like. But you know, now we get to see the full power unleashed. It is worth pointing out, I think, that with the lack of Killjoy, with the lack of Breach from the side of Heretics, there's maybe a little bit less you can do in terms of setting up trap plays once it switches over.
I mean, he did his role here. He took one of the bullets, and he was the person with the ghost. Sometimes you gotta be that guy. You gotta be the savior for the team. Flash info over towards Dish. Flash info over towards A main. So they take A main control of 1 pass, and they take Dish control of 1 pass. And I think at the moment they're stacking orbs over towards Kellogg's. That's what just went on over towards there. Because this round was so clean, by the way, Heretics can buy quite a lot, to be honest. Like, they can lose 2 rounds in a row now, really. And then that'll have to be an eco. So the money's really good. Dog goes all the way through. Probably heard the trip as well. Might just go and break this trip if he wants to create pressure, but there's so much. They get so much info over towards this side that they can keep 4 people here.
All of them rotating underneath here, grouping up once again for a very heavy push together.
Because they know that camera.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for Heretics. There's so many people here.
Just broke it there, went, played for the orb, kills traded out, and Kellogg's has ultimate. This is a very winnable round now for Heretics.
Sure enough, they're going to force sight here, commanding respect from the side of Koi. Showstopper not needing to be fired just to command space, but they've done just that. Out it comes.
That's so unlucky. I reckon he got hit by like what, 7 damage maybe?
But still 2 falling down. Site control once again conceded, and Heretics have got what they need. Maybe not actually.
Nice trades at the moment.
There's a little bit of damage. Abova comes in with the trade. Called him enter into another. Abova's got it all to do. He found 3 at the end of last round, but he's already
got TP if he wants to get over towards heaven.
Has that teleport to work with though. Sky Flash actually does clear him in heaven, gives the sound out.
At least I think so. That's unlucky. Alright, nice damage from them. They did so much that these 3 are going to have to rebuy, and that it's going to be a big swing round in terms of the econ. So it was a good bonus, even though they had a lot of rifles.
Bargain bin. You're like, oh, it's a buy 1 for the price of 2, right? Oh wait, no, it actually backfired. Yeah, that's the reason it was in the bin in the first place. Of course, it got taken low from Shadow, so it makes sense, gets traded out there. But I actually love the idea. Trek sort of playing on top of Generator there, hiding inside the enemy Omen smoke that was thrown on that angle. If you want to have full coverage, you do need 3 smokes, or in this case, the Viper Wall plus that high smoke from the Omen. But once it timed out,
I do want to shout out as well. Stoxer did pretty good with his info on this round to make sure they could keep 4 solid over towards here.
Keep an eye on Coldamenta across the next couple of rounds. His ult's not too far away from being online, and we know, again, that's a massive space creator for them. Trek's also not too far away. Does mean Koi should have the ability
3-person
to
dish. Oh,
deter, or at the very least slow
there's
down
3 of them
a
here.
very
Ben
pacey
just to somehow
Heretics
kill
push
1.
we've seen in all 3 rounds so far.
They're looking for some late aggression, but they should have heard that.
Contact, stun, insta swing.
Still just holding that.
Here comes.
Stun.
Oh, okay. They don't even need the stun in that.
Forces Heretics to accelerate.
He at least sees numbers in terms of 2. That's the go signal for the others, and this is a perfect walk up short. This is really nice.
And that is sight completely clear. They're in a spot here to get the spike down. Clearly not fully aware of that themselves, but Koi are starting to swarm back in.
Big Jewel. Wow, he did so much damage.
Is coming in as Mixwell finds one, but Trex is already onto site.
That's it. Now look out towards the scars come through. They managed to get in a spot where that spike is down on site. Not yet planted, so it's a lot of work for Heretics to do.
Mixwell just trying to provide some cover there, dropping down smokes, working
It's a nice smoke. They don't have much space, though. They kind of have to fight. That's why Mixwell's going for this. And honestly, Mixwell might have just made the hero play. Plant goes in, it's back his side, though. It's not the best plant for him, but he's going to loop around. These guys on the site just need to stay alive. Yeah, I think Mixwell's done the hero play here. Whoa, Wolfen was aware of this?
And now things are looking dire for Heretics outside of a hero play.
Big kill from Avova, though.
Manages to get a trade, brings it down to a 1v1. Wolfen's just snaking his way around.
Damn, nicely done. Strong from Avova. In terms of this, forced them down to an eco. Big round, big 1v1.
Fantastic start here on Fracture. That's a way to kick it off with the comp change back on that signature Omen.
8-1, by the way.
Just dancing on him a little bit, isn't he?
And he just...
And it opens up right in a 4 versus 5, but Avova takes that chance, opening up door. See the player on site there, wasn't expecting anyone to go through it, but was able to find it. So desperately needed, and then fighting back into main, knowing that as soon as that neural theft is popped from the enemy Cypher, you gotta go.
Benji's already got the passion built.
Yeah, he's got him pumped.
It's funny, I was speaking to Neil, the coach, actually, yesterday, and asking, you know, why Benji talks about why you got this guy on side. And he said, oh, look, the stage experience is one thing. Like, he's going to come in, there's no nerves to really shake him off. But if nothing else, it's how coachable he is. He's like a dream teammate to have, apparently. Spends extra hours putting practice in, turns up to every single strat session. The guy's an absolute beast. And honestly, he was like, trust me, the world will see how special this kid is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure for like tryouts, they ran an actual battle royale.
High praise.
And he just
I respect
came out on top. They did it in the gaming house.
And then tested the dancing abilities as well.
Yeah, that was definitely tested. That was how you...
I've heard it was the #1 criteria.
Yeah,
UK like player with good work ethic. Who would have thought?
So it's all about the dancing ability to get you the extra
It took
buffs.
what? It took what? 25 years?
It wasn't like it was a flip decision in the last minute. They've really been working on this pick to make
I'm joking. We got Boaster, I know.
Now, once again, Heretics have made a real thing this half of grouping up as a unit.
We got two now.
Numbers overwhelmingly, especially from the north side as well.
We got two.
We saw one transition over, but now the Seekers are coming out. They see everything on the camera, and that's going to mean everyone scatters from the west side of the map over to the east. But they're not going to be able to stop this onslaught of red just flooding the site.
Poor dudes.
Soulcast as well? Yeah, we'll get 3. We got 3. It's going up rapidly.
It is not a fun situation to be in whatsoever, especially when the door opens and there's 2
Ardis?
vandals just staring you down there.
You lot didn't see G2
Ardis. Ready and waiting. There's what, a crossfire of 2-3 players here holding down onto the top of rope, which is going to force them in towards main. And at this point, I'm sure there's a read coming in. Avova's ready. Out comes the dark cover as well, just to say, nope, also can't push in there. So you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Push through the smoke or go back towards rope where you have at least 2 players watching you. It's not a fun time to be a koi player.
In Valorant, too, it's not just a rock and a hard place. It's also like poison on the floor, birds that are flashing you, you know, just absolutely everything.
Real clean on this one. Just the eco, though. We got 1, 2, armory buy. Money's crazy good at the moment. Koi might want to pause.
It's only dark if you know the movie. Anyways,
gonna tell first.
To get back to the gameplay a little bit, this dish aggression, I think, is something you're going to see. I think when you're playing these double dive comps, and you know, usually you think about dive, that's like a raise a jet, but Omen can function like that with his teleport, you know, getting into a site very quickly. I think they're very well suited to this north side aggression, whether it's teleporting across fire lines over an arcade or getting onto that top of that A site. It can be very effective. The Cypher, too, doesn't have to be around his utility like a Killjoy, so they're more allowed to group up as 5 players, although you will still often see Benji going for that solo walk up into dish.
It's a classic. It's contact stun, Brimble. It is the Fnatic classic. Instead of the turret over towards here, they do a camera. And I kind of like this. People actually do the camera here, and you can kind of avoid it. But the camera like here, so they're really committed, is pretty cool. I like that mix up. Great trade coming in.
Finds one for himself. They flood on towards the site, and Starkso finally on the board, had nothing to his name coming into this round, but has done a lot of work here.
Strong round from Koi, nice setup. Is an absolute classic. In terms of this one, 4 people alive as well. Good for the money. Money's very good for everyone.
Shot's not quite
getting the whiffs out early.
Dude's red in the face. He's like, yeah, come on!
The roller coaster of emotions after opening it up and having the highs and the lows. You gotta find yourself quickly in all of that, though. And yeah, I think that was a stun that came in on the end.
Yeah, it's a really strong
setup. It's a great little read as well, because they knew that it was either push forward and you're fully exposed and you're getting swung on, or run back, but you're having to run straight through the ult and you are barbecue as soon as you try and make that happen.
It's always nice too, because of course the main comp switch up for Koi would have been to go off of the fade onto the Sky, so you'd think less like actual
Flash over towards A main. Where are we actually at with the money though? I said their money's good, but yeah, after this, it's a big run for Heretics. It's eco if they lose this one. One of these can be a jump. Maybe.
It's like a slower start to this round coming out from the side of Heretics, but slowly working their way up towards pushing on the south side. But look at the stack on the other side of this smoke. They're ready.
It's about to get real spicy. This dog runs into the Cypher. This went up rope, so looking for a fight down there. That's on Trex. Trex finds the first one. And they push out.
Bro, he had to take a double. He had to take a double take. He thought he was on his team for a second. It's so funny.
I think that was so close there. You'd have lost the Viper and the Viper's
okay, big duel coming up over towards here. I'll just Kellogg's handle this.
For Heretics, they're starting to get in, but Mixwell's gone down.
Yeah, Mixwell just got spammed straight up. Ult was up. Avova might have to do another masterclass on this one if they want around here. Kellogg's needs to try and get one.
Flash comes through. They know that he's here as well. Pretty much a guaranteed direct 1v1 to come through though. Comes out in the swing.
Yeah, good luck to Avova.
Again, has gone out. Tag down as a result. Now Boba's got to do it again. He's third 3K.
They don't really have to do too much. This guy can just stick. Ooh. Pings are good. Yeah, I like the attempt here. He smokes in front of him so they can't see the vision and then they can ping, but I just want to shout out this guy as well. Like, both the pings were good here. As soon as they saw the smoke over towards Koi, someone that was dead pinged over towards Heaven where he's going to be facing, and as soon as he gets the smoke out over towards here, someone pinged the spike as well. So shout out to both teams in terms of the people that were dead actually doing their job. It's good.
Out of the A main push, all of those Heretics players,
yeah, that ping was perfect
turn around and look back towards their spawn. Then the two players in the stair smoke pop out. So a really, really cool idea to try and
again, when you're kind of dead in this game, pings are a broken mechanic, so it's good to use it. Heretics timeout early. They got a eco on this one. We'll see what they want to do.
Even that round there, we started with 2 up on the north side. One was looking towards A south. You had 2 pushing in B main. It was like they're basically trying to do 3 things at once here. And it took them 20 seconds or so to really consolidate, and that's when we saw the action come out from the other side. So they got what they wanted, which was aggression from Koi. They just couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, I think in this timeout for Heretics, they're going, okay, a few rounds now between sort of 130 and 120 is when those actual pushes are happening. We're even setting up a trap play towards Dish. So be ready for that. And maybe our Cypher scouting util needs to be a little bit better, because right now, I believe they're putting 1 trip and 1 camera on the same side of the map.
Did you
that round, A-main was
time out Jolly again,
open.
honestly?
It was Cypher outside, and there was 4 players all
do another
outside
ban
stairs.
if you
No
want.
one really watching that flank. It was the Cypher that was supposed to come back across the rope that was going to be their protection. But obviously you can't reliably do that, because if what just happened happens, you're going to get punished very repeatedly. So sort of tightening up their early round scouting, whether that means, you know, committing a sky flash on the strong side of the map towards the, you know, the
okay, let's see if we got anything different in terms of their approach. I mean, this is
right
new.
now, all sort of scouting util is going to be north side, except they were able to put that trip to watch.
Same kind of thing for Koi though, trying to get info, holding on to A main. It's been a lot of just, we want to hold A main all the time and get info here. There's a lot of bases around A main.
I think, like you say, the scouting game in that first 30 seconds or so is top dog for them. And here, straight away, the push is coming on the north side. We've had the Sky Flash come out towards this.
Love that from him, by the way. Knows that that's going to open the door, and he's insta-facing, ready for it. Gets the ult. This is snowballing really hard just from that 1 kill. This is great. And that's another gun to pick up if they want to go heavy. They get this one. Someone kind of wants this gun. And that's why Coldamenta jumps through here. Doesn't want to let them get this gun. Doesn't want to let it get out of control. This is a huge duel.
Into main that's going to be so important. I think calling
Kellogg's decision making here was great.
Going to be their best way of battling back.
Oh, great flash sync as well coming out. Coldamenta on the swing off the back of the breach flash. Beautiful little bit of team play coming out from Koi, but Avova's here and waiting.
Did enough. The HP is so low.
And through all of this, Benji was able
to
find
stay alive.
There's also a late reflank coming in from Boo. Took the zipline
Yeah,
from
just
north
gotta
side
stay
down
alive.
here.
Or
Benji
just
goes to
straight up. Straight up take the timing on the aim duel. Okay, nicely done. Big shout out to Kellogg's here. He did so much. Again, Boombot's coming in, gonna open the door. He just stays strong, knowing that most likely he's in the open for this.
A massive like flashbang continues forevermore. Like he started strong, but a bit quiet.
And he killed the Boombot.
Really warmed up.
I love how
and they got the breach ult out of them.
Uses the enemy Boombot to open door. He's
Dude, why does Benji Fishy's replays look so laggy?
And just dumpsters on him.
He's at 10 FPS.
That was truly.
He's on his first game and he's always like, yeah, and what? Where are you? Where are
We're
you?
going oh man, there's so many people here for this.
He was truly forced.
He's an entertainer.
Damn, nicely done. Look at this. Look at these pings right now. Everyone's gone to some kind of ping school. They've been practicing their pings in the 2 months. Don't know what's been going on here, but that's perfect. Smoke goes in. They know they want double satchel here. Ping's perfect. Perfect spam. Nicely done.
Trying to find this regress.
In reaction, they decide to push here. Mixwell not looking great with the pre-aim there. Caught off guard.
Two players sort of peering down on you as you have to get the spike out of main. Paint shell's called in, but Wolfen does get a timing.
In a 4v5,
take the fight too early.
probably needed to be a bit readier for a reaction.
Clearly skipped the tripwire that's on site so far as well. Have very much worked their way around it, but Spike is down, and Koi once again have got to fight their way in.
Alex finds the first.
Sky Flash came in as well at a great time for this thing.
Damn, bro. Look at him go. Fair play. The confidence is ridiculous there. Nice shot as well. Nicely done. And almost. I mean, one person can't buy. They need to discuss about what they're going to do.
Of restricting mid every time the spike's down, whether it's smokes, whether it's players, whether it's flashes, they are denying any kind of mid play from Koi.
Yeah, I mean, look, Kellogg's can be kind of a ballistic player at some times. Like, he just wants to, like, push. Sometimes gets caught, but he's always going to threaten you. There, though, I think he hears the Sky Dog. So he's anticipating, with a lot of pressure up towards Dish, hey, maybe there's only actually the Sky +1 here.
Yeah, at the moment, the Kellogg's extra aggression is really paying off. It can go either way with him, but it's really paying off at the moment.
They have got some things to think about for themselves. They started to battle their way back in around rounds 4 and 5.
Where's the bar cam? That is actually the best question that's been asked today. Where is the bar cam?
6-3 up, only 3 rounds still to play.
Okay.
It's far from over, it's far from a
There's no
one-sided affair, but Koi can feel that this
There we go.
pretty much stats against them right now.
Yeah, you know, it feels like Koi
We need the
picked off a lot
replays
in the
though.
early rounds, right? First it was 2
That's the
rounds
real
ago
one.
when Trex died with the alarm bot through the door. Then last round was looking for an early sort of embed play where he double satchels on top of the box, is trying to look over the smoke. He just
Damn,
spams
Yinsu's
straight
really on
that.
one
So,
today.
Sort of revamping
Yinsu's so angry at the at the UK work ethic thing.
Thinking maybe not the early explosive play, although they do have the Brimble. So if they wanted to default back and sort of playing around,
Isn't Soulcast from the UK? Yeah, we included Dom eventually.
Dog stun and looking to catch out with Cold Menta's ult. That could be a good plan for them here, but whatever it is, they need to be getting
Explain the UK work ethic.
To be able to fight, because he's been fairly
UK players in
isolated.
esports never achieve anything because their work ethic is awful. It's pretty much that's the kind of joke / reality.
They were the ones that started on the attack inside, so it has been a change in stance from Heretics to pick attack on the start for themselves.
There's only the odd few that are the exception.
They did get the spike down, but just couldn't quite convert the round. So we know they're good on the attack inside. Defense is going to be the difference maker.
Yeah, they're zooming on in here. They have to read off the Sky Flash name main. The B is going to be soft. There's a judge up in heaven. Dog did scout that out, so here comes the pinch. If it comes at all, Heretics taking their time as he just drops straight on down. 2 players waiting for him, though.
Yeah, the reaction there, I don't know, I felt like he could have just stayed over towards heaven, honestly. But
lost the coin flip there, looked the wrong way. Could have been left or right. He chose left, and turns out it was wrong.
Still don't have too much space here. I think they're worried of when they tap this, there's going to be too much.
If you plant and slant here, you are
yeah, because as soon as this plant gets tapped, he's probably going to get ulted. But honestly, now, I think they're fine to take this. Okay, big 3-on-3. 3-on-5 to 3-on-3.
But it's still a 3v3.
And they blocked off vision here.
Here we go. Benji Fishy flashed, has to fall back.
He has
just
no
a little
cage.
Bit. Both players towards tower. Pretty easy to isolate now for Koi. Another flash to fight on him.
Can they swing in and find kills? No, Mixwell's there to respond as well. The only player that wasn't flash goes big. Benji finds one.
Fair play. They all took turns in getting kills here. Nicely done. The firing squad up in heaven.
Boy, we're so spooked there was going to be some kind of other late reflank, something like this after Avova went for the underpass push.
Oh, yeah.
But all 3 players were holding hands.
What if I looked over and seen
it? Up in tower after they cleared it out from the judge. And I gotta respect it. Avova, I think, actually calling there not to go for the plant, because you notice the plant only went down the second he got that kill. That's when they committed the plant. He wanted
there we go. That's what I've been missing.
To find that push down underpass.
I love those coach side by sides because you just see the disparity of man.
Yeah.
One being like, what just happened? The one being like,
Meanwhile, the coaches, you know, use their timeouts. So like, we can't say anything else. We're just gonna keep screaming.
And then you watch Mini, and his face never changes whether they win or lose.
Yeah.
Like the most like neutral guy in the world.
That's the spank.
A general air of disappointment. I feel that everything's not 100% perfect.
Even when he's
Oh man, this one's a hard one. They need to make sure they smoke this off. Oh boy.
Koi are sending it though. Oh my word. You guys have the spike, but they're still going ham. Shadows finds the kill.
I love it. They had the deep smoke
No way.
against them, put one down themselves.
How's that guy alive?
And used that to push through the first smoke to actually aggress on the back of the showstopper.
What
really
is
good
going
aggression
on?
from Koi, and it's a great response to the aggression we keep on seeing coming out of Heretics.
A whole lot of time to work with. Here's Kellogg's fights back a little bit.
Jesus, honestly. This is a battlefield right now.
Yeah, this is a
Didn't
round.
we nerf
This
how
is
many
most
bullets
definitely
are
a
in
round.
the guns? I know we couldn't spam these quite as hard anymore. Watch spawn though. It's a Viper. It's
Yeah,
a
over
Mixwell
towards
looking to
spawn,
find
there's
the
like
look, but
there's only the
already a
one-on-one
trick
going,
place.
and there's just 4
Wolfen is
people.
so aware of what may
You only
end
just
up
tuned
happening,
into
although
this, man.
looks like
Turn
he
it
just
off.
jumped over that thing.
Save yourself. Turn it off.
I mean, I'm sure, surely he can't get away with this, but they've got to do something. They're sat on the spike, all 3 of them, and somehow of Over and Mixwell have got to make this push work. It's going to have to be a joint swing coming out here, though, as well.
They're not
It
going to
could go
win this, though,
wonderfully,
right?
or it
The
could go
17
tragically.
seconds, spike is
so
down.
Dory has to
They're
tell
all
him
in
to come
towards
on
this
in
area.
there. They're
Okay,
pushing on
thank God
board.
for that.
Shadows finds his third with the splash.
One of them just has to run away. Okay, nicely done in. 4, maybe they can get 5, and then this should be a pretty even game.
Obliterating A main. They had a bit of a half funky, funky chowder buy going on, and they just full on sent it and never let go of the spike.
I just thought, again, the aggression they brought on top of the smoke, they saw the first one go down, we're like, right, no, we're not giving you that ground. And immediately here, with the contest, in fact, basically exactly the same time, maybe they heard the smoke coming out from the Omen and instantly responded, but it was really good on their side to, again, match the aggression we've seen coming out of Heretics. And now, look, the disparity of coaches.
The little eyebrow raise there. I'd love to see
He's like, cheeky boys, I like it.
Absolutely. All right, checking in the last round. We haven't talked too much about the ults this half. Boo has his, but Kellogg's and
Mixwell
Shadows are
has the
one off.
attack
Those
op
are the
out.
big ones here, especially on attack. So I'm expecting
Alright,
to see
I'm in
Kellogg's
for it.
pick this one up here. As he does, just a little bit of protection from Benji.
That's
from
nice as
behind.
well.
Benji
Kellogg's
also
gets
has
his
spike,
Fardo
so
into this as
if he's
well.
able to find a body after
Then
planting
stacking.
that, he can get that
Do they
online
go
just
under
way
the
right
wire?
info.
That's devastating.
Here
Is
we
he going
go
to get
as
hit
well.
by it?
Showstopper out on top as well. Comes out with that one. Doesn't even find a target. That is
45
not ideal
HP
for
on
Kellogg's.
this.
Still, 1 for 1. In fact, 2 quick kills coming back the other way. Down to a 4v3 for Koi.
Oi, 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 though. That was huge. That actually brings it back. That actually makes it doable. And you get the ult onto this, they know where they are, so they can make a plan. Most likely, he's probably going to be running over towards here, so the longer he kind of stays alive and makes no sound, the more they have to think that they've gone and done this.
He has the spike now.
So yeah, I think honestly they just stay quiet, they cut sounds, and then as we can see, the rotate haven't split them up. This is really nicely done.
I mean, both of them are looks are trying to step away.
I think it's a fake ult. It's a fake ult into a B plant again.
Yeah, it's a fake ult.
No, he commits
It's a fake ult now to make them
he's
think that
gonna
he's
come
gone over
Bit of a
towards
scout.
A
They are now
site.
going to go for it as well. At this point, they've got to hang around mid because they don't have any idea.
Honestly, they could have done
exactly
this a bit
where
earlier, but
the
it's
hit
fine.
is. Stark so could be the hero in this round.
We've got
He's
one
got to
smoke for
step
them
forward
to
and get a
cross.
couple
Do
of
they
big
just
kills.
smoke in the
Loba's
site
gotta be
and
close
plan
down
in
in
it?
the second flash. Yeah, 5 seconds back on that one. So 2 flashes sort of locks these
Yeah,
players
same-
into main.
same effect.
He goes for the spike plant, or the site smoke. That's the one. Now he goes to the spike plant.
Got
He's doing
double
it all.
cage if they want to get him out as well.
Won't find the
Hold
cross,
that.
but just in case TP's out safely. Right, 2 players hold up
Molly,
inside a
smoke.
tower. What can they do on the
Smoke
back of
goes
this
over
one?
That's the last
towards
smoke used too.
arcade.
Nothing to guard off
Flashes,
tower.
they've got 2 flashes to play with.
Just
though,
a
so they've got
molly and a
lot.
bird.
Yeah,
And
the
bird
molly
might
kind
just be
of
enough
wrecks
here to
this
get
a
them what they
little
need,
bit.
but got to try and find the man. They know
They
that
know
his
he's
areas
heaven
are
as well.
rotated away, but it's the fear of what if he steps out and goes to the spray. There's no molly left here. There we go. Stark
Nicely
so
handled from
finding
Koi
his
in the end.
man.
It was a good attempt.
Koi, not actually a bad half, given the pace at which it started. And again, the last time these 2 teams played, it was a very attacker-leaning map. This has been a really good half for Koi, and I'd be a little bit nervous if I was Heretics, admittedly.
7-5. No one's feeling comfortable.
No.
Look, we're in the knockout stage. We're in uncharted territory. These teams haven't played in 2 months. And yeah, they are absolutely here with a lot of pressure on their back. It doesn't look like it if your name is Benji Fishy, though. This guy out to a really good start. First time on the main stage VCT here, but already slotting in very nicely to the rest of Heretics and playing with the crowd, too. You love to see it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't imagine with all the players, really. It's a little bit of readjustment at the start of this game.
It's on site. Chat, what the hell is going on? What have I tuned into?
It has been a couple of months since they've sat here in front of a crowd in a different environment to play in compared to what they're used to. But you have seen both teams now really get back to that old form, it feels.
Maybe
I think
roughly.
you saw a little bit of the old form of Ova Omen, too, early in the half especially.
He was 8-1 at one point,
Yeah.
yeah, flying.
Had a couple of fantastic rounds. I think now, though, the challenge is with Koi moving over to the attacking side. You know, there's some, quirks with running the double smoke composition here from Team Heretics. One is no breach, right? So right off the rip, sort of, snap plays are going to be a little bit tougher because that breach concuss is so powerful in areas, especially
Who am I taking into?
outside of A main.
All I know for sure is I'm taking the Furia coach.
But at the same time, they do have the double smokes. That means almost permanent install. They can cycle out those smokes very, very nicely. So it means that a lot of the time you might not be as successful sort of waiting out those abilities. You're going to have to go through smoke.
Yeah, that guy's crazy.
On the attack and committing to those plays.
Obviously, you can't ignore the other side does have hold of the Brim.
Probably taking guard coach as well.
Oh, the longest lasting in the game, I believe.
I'm sorry,
well, right?
Has it always said halftime heart? Like, am
where?
In the bottom left corner? Is that new? I swear that has to be new. The greater than 3? Or
I mean, yeah, but it really bothers me that the less than is so much lower down than the 3, so it's not dead center.
Yeah, it's a weird little carrot situation.
I've never seen it, so I think you might be right. Maybe production is confirming that's a new thing.
Why?
Do
we love halftimes?
That much, yeah. Everyone loves a halftime. Get a drink. It's a hydration break.
I mean,
you've got a bottle of water in your hands.
I do. That's very true.
Exactly. So you know that's what it's for.
This halftime brought to you by water.
That's halftime and self-care, self-love. Hydrate.
That's true. That's true. Get a little stretch in. Get a little snack on. Whatever you need. Keep yourself going here.
One thing I did notice about Heretics was it feels like a lot of their ults aren't exactly these big power ults, right? Whereas you look at towards the Raze, really that's
right, let's see where the pistol goes.
They've got, which is why I think you've seen that pace throughout most of that first half is.
In terms of the pistols so far, one for Heretics.
Just force this through straight
obviously, if they win the second pistol here, they're pretty good for this.
No breach ult, no killjoy. You have the Cypher in that
Bit of
slot
pressure over
instead.
towards Dish. We just straight up leave it, join it together. Do they want to go aggro fully or not? One way's up, so they can't really yet.
Maybe is why we saw that style of play. But let's see how the second half plays out. And again, you're seeing Koi coming in with their style of a split.
Yeah, they kind of got to fight this because they're going to get pinched.
Aggression coming in, but look at this coming in behind them as well.
Speaking of getting pinched, Trex is here so fast with the double satchel from drop. Damn, that was really cool. And shout out to just the timing of this, right? They make sure they open the door, he takes the jewels, and then they start like swinging. So this is actually a very good pistol from Koi.
Fishy is going to be taking it. A little bit isolated for now, but still a 2-player advantage off of a really nice play, kicking things off.
Here we go. Benji to be the hero.
He's fishing.
Benji Fishy. He's fishing.
Yeah, there you go.
Goes fishing pretty well, finds one for himself, but Mixwell's got 3 to find. He is on full HP, Trex down to less than half. Doable, but extremely difficult, yes.
It's like some kind of a joke. A fisherman and a bartender walk into the A site.
Yeah, I'm liking that.
I don't know.
We like this though, 1 pistol each, pretty even.
Not the punchline I was looking for.
No, the joke gets cut short by the guns.
Bartender, because Mixwell. We did that beforehand. Don't worry about it. Anyways, this is what I want to look at though. The double smoke. Actually, no. You're just going to see the kills at the end. The setup doesn't matter. Look, it's more exciting to see the crosshair placement, the double headshot onto the brimstone.
More pew-pew for me.
I like it.
Don't know if Heretics do. For Koi, that was very much a taste of what Heretics
same buy as what Heretics were going for as well.
Coming out, and despite Heretics trying for 2 players quite aggressively towards A main, still stung them.
Yeah, Koi playing all 5 on the north side. Again, because you have the Cypher, you quick trips down south. Not worry about the aggression, and when you're rocking, the
cameras are literally next to each other.
Pretty heavy round 2 here.
Surely there's a read for Heretics.
Breaks the camera, wins the camera off. There's a straight up Cypher duel going on. Stack is over towards B, kinda.
This is where the play is coming in. You'll see a couple of the players.
This is nice as well, though. They're now 1 away from Coldamenta having the ult into the big buy round. All the bonus.
Although it also, hey, it hit for a Vova, so he's able to get that kill.
I mean, he gets it. He gets it with the kill at least.
You get from taking B lobby control early on is the ability to.
And the good news is that he smokes it down, because otherwise it's game
side setup.
Vova's taking a little bit of an unexpected angle here as well, but Starkso swings on him, styles on him. Kelos gets 1 back.
Damage isn't too bad. 2 guns. They just need to make sure that they pick up the double rifle. 2 guns, 2 armor rebuys.
Checking on the ultimates because
this is the big one though. Coldamenta has his ult.
Planting the spike, that would make sense to me, even though I wasn't specifically tracking it. Because having that on round 3 is real quick. Playing to min-max the orbs early on can be so important. Like if you can swing this round, especially because they did go for the Bulldogs Vandals buy, like you're always trying to sort of invest here. carry it on through into the third. Although Heretics going to fight back north side. You have the Paranoia, which is sort of a quasi-breach stun. It's line control, you know. Big, powerful crowd control ability. Goes out in a similar line to the breach stun. But with just a smoke, they can make it so that if anyone was to go dish, there'd have to be investment. They hear that flash over towards me now, so they're going to rotate
Mixwell
off
on
the
site is in a lot of trouble.
Look for a reflank south side after the dog spotting nothing.
The breach splash was enough just to keep 2 players interested for long enough that they can now hit the site in a 5 versus 2. B site is gone at this point for Heretics.
Cage was nice to help him.
Some real big hero plays coming out.
Whoa, okay, actually, that was incredible, by the way. Fair play. The Cage, to allow him the extra bit of space to push down over towards here, get the angle. That was nice. Went back through the wall as well, just as Benji pushed through. That was clean.
But it was the position he had, right, playing right on the outside of that smoke in just an absurd spot.
I mean, this Cage, for me, was just everything. That was so good.
Dips in and out of that Viper wall. It's the power, I think, of the Viper primarily. When you're playing a little bit more aggressively on defense, and you go on opposite sides. If you remember back to how Vipers would play the A site back on ice,
that was impressive.
You're always looking for timings to peek through.
Now we get into the big Byron though, and good news is they still kept this ult.
There's played Viper so long.
Money's low on everyone that has a circle, so they all can't buy next.
Knows how to dance around that util.
It'll be fine.
Here we go on the march.
Same wall is up as well.
Rather than going for the direct push, you've seen in quite a few of these rounds, instead working
kind of like this wall.
top side. May well back away afterwards, but for now, they don't have no idea.
Like 4 different layers that you have to go through. It's pretty cool.
Going on a walkabout here. Out of control. Doesn't spot
like
these
4,
players going into arcade, although as soon as you hear the boom bot, that is a big indication there's at least a breach.
Starkso with this ult gets his ult as well. That's now 2, and honestly, this kind of combo is pretty strong.
Oh, this could be timing.
I like this from Boo. Is the aim there? Not today.
Takes off HP, but he's not going to be too worried about that one.
The boy Ryan.
False information.
The boy Ryan. What's up, dude? Welcome in with the Prime. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate you.
Realize the A site's open. Just the player above it. They can look to trap.
Codeman to wanna.
They have double satchels. They do. Satchels into A main. They want to punish the Omen, and they do. Trex finds everyone.
Really strong. Okay. Overwhelm was impressive as hell here. Yeah, shout out to Trex, he did great. Util was really good here as well. So there's one person that can't buy from Heretics, so I don't know if they're just going to do a full one buy or whether they're going to low buy. It was very clean those rounds as well, there was only one person dying.
Yeah, right after showing that boom bot, they're instantly running back towards Dish. And wow, Trex following those Seekers straight on in. There's nothing better, I think, playing Raze when you have Seekers or like.
Okay, they decide Mixwell's going to take the hit on this one. They do decide to buy, and they get the op out over towards Kellogg. So we've got the Raze op going in. That's a nightmare.
They're loving this satchel pushing towards site, and once again, space has been made. Everyone scatters.
Yeah, and with the ult, they completely get over towards the site. Remember, they have Codementor's ult as well for the after plant, and this is a hard retake, especially if they get a good plant into the corner down. Nothing can really stop that. Oh, they didn't go for a safe plant.
Now the spike was cancelled. The plant didn't go through, but they have the Cypher to reclaim.
Smokes are down, so now they have to use the ult to try and cross and get the plant in. That's a great molly.
Now being spent just to fight back against Heretics, who are finding ways back into this site.
Just one at a time, one at a time. Finally, the spike does
this duel and A mains everything. Big 2 on 2.
Heretics in a much better position here than what
Smoke.
arguably were.
Gonna help. Could flash through if they wanted, could just drop it randomly.
The aggression we saw in towards mid with the util stacking, but here it's on the south side. It's an absolute demolition. Kellogg's still with the
I'm not sure about the smoke there. But the thing is, I think there was still pressure here, I guess.
Sees Wolf in the corner, gets it. Can't quite turn around for the other, and now it's just the operator against the world. No time.
Finds one for himself, but still must know that there's one more here. Knows that he simply has not got
just
time
saving on
to let this one tick out. And
everyone can't really buy with him.
Would rather save the op in this
they got
round.
2 full loss bonus coming in on top of this.
Heretics had the numbers advantage going for that retake, but the flash through the Viper, smoke in A main. Just crazy how the players got completely wrapped, tangled around one another. That really defined the round, because Heretics were in the right position. All the util was spent, but here, popping straight on out as both players turn around. There's no one to watch the other side of that Viper smoke.
You touched on it in the round as well when you had Trex going deep in towards Dish, right, getting aggressive. It's one thing I've noticed about Koi is when they take sight, that's not enough. They don't kind of plant feet, hold and wait.
Yeah,
they keep on going to push aggressive, get cheeky through smoke. You saw it in towards main as well, right? They always want to get up in your face and make sure there's no moment of comfort for those trying to retake sites.
Right.
I think you have a moment.
Is this their last time out?
Trex
I'm pretty sure
he's
it is.
going blitzing into the site with the Raze ult. Everyone retreated. There's only really 2 places to retreat. You're either going Dish or you're going back into spawn. So it's very likely he's only finding 1 player there. That's a very calculated risk. And yeah, pushing through a smoke can sometimes be absurd. Sometimes you're going to get punished by it. But he in his mind is going, okay, can we just hold out the 5v5 post plant? Maybe that's a little bit tough if we let them back in easily and only have control of main. If I can get control of Dish, even though this is a little bit of a risky play, we're going to win in this post plant almost every single time. That's what he's thinking. And by knowing that there's only going to be 1, very low chance there might be 2 players there, he's able to find that moment where he gets the round in his team's favor.
All right. Big couple of rounds coming up for Heretics. We spoke about the lack of these big power ultimates on side, right? But at the very least, we've seen it come out once.
Hero op saved.
Really
where do they put it?
Some of that
What's the
coming
plan?
Out from the side of Koi.
Going fast
given the pace
Dish,
they've
right?
come at, I don't even know you have a chance to really deploy it more flexibly. You might have to just drop it around.
Again, we've been seeing a lot of teams that go fast Dish at the beginning for their default.
So if they are able to find
Again, the whole idea is that it's the hardest to retake because you have to jump up. A lot of teams do it. A lot of teams also decide against it. Only 1 satchel to get out. Whoa. Viper ult on the eco.
Actually used quite adaptively here as well to straight on side, but Trex is on top in one of the only few places that's actually safe, and even through the paranoia manages to get himself a kill. 2 kills, 3 kills. It's all raining on through for the side of Koi. There was a lot committed in this round as well from Heretics, and it feels that this may have just really buried them for a round or 2.
Yeah, they came flooding out through the smokes.
They really tried to act big and force them into the op here.
They're above me on site. They're outside of my ult. The way Koi pathed on in there didn't really get
that was like the whole plan, trying just to deter them away from here, move into the op. And honestly, Koi did pretty good to just send it through.
At B main, trying to find the wraparound, using a flash just for scouting. It doesn't matter if Sarzo reveals his position. The money is good enough for Koi. They want that op out of the equation, and they're not going to quite get it just yet.
Kellock's got a little bit of time to shine if he can find himself 1 or 2 more. He might have the breach coming up behind as well, but Wolfen's a little bit too close.
Do they want to pick it up? Probably not.
Koi really starting to pull ahead here because
none of it. Okay, big buy round coming in. That's the double digits that they talked about in the conference.
They lose this round. I think they're buried until game end.
Yeah, I think it depends if they're going heavies or light armors into this one. And at this point, when these rounds are getting very, very close down towards the end, you need just about as many buys as you can get, especially if Koi continue to get these wins going for themselves. So yeah, will be light armors on many players, although as you say, it is going to be a little bit tough. Avova best suited into the next, but they've got the ultimates this time for a retake. Seekers to give info.
Interesting. It's one way over towards A main, but to counter this on attack, they're just instantly doing a smoke, which kind of just blocks all vision from this unless they get over towards here. So I kind of like that, creates a lot of pressure. Straight up hit towards site. Mixwell's kind of on an island again, but we saw what he did last time, not today.
All comes out on top of it as well. Dream start for the side of Koi. Showstopper comes in over the top. Not going to find the man. Well, Heretics
must have hit the back wall. Wolfen moves forward, doesn't take anything from that.
But look at this.
Oh man, the ult to push forward. Are they going to push forward with it though? He's kind of an ult for himself.
Catches out 3 players, finds 1 for himself, but can't quite find the last. It's a 2v3.
In terms of their money, Heretics need to win this.
Very low, but Boo has a couple of flashes here. Gives the heal over to Kellogg's.
Axton FPS with the Prime, what's up dude with the 5 months, appreciate you. Okay, nice triple swing. Nice triple swing, everyone on different height angles as well. And yeah, that might be this map, because honestly, the money's not great, they got eco again.
It's definitely going to feel that way here. This is going to be rough.
It just felt like the util was out of order for Heretics on the retake, right? The Sky ult is coming in the Raze ult comes in really early, then the Sky ult, when there's nothing really to follow up behind it. They can't get back out into sight. The Raze ult misses a matter of fact.
I felt like the replay guy listened to us when he said we said we needed more coach replays.
Absolutely unbeatable. Heretics need to come up with something better. And that better thing is just a Bulldog in the hands of Avova. Koi are very likely making it to 12 here, and Heretics don't have ult, won't have
straight up
ult,
eco.
won't have the
We got nothing for this in terms of the guns.
Even if they start to win out.
They haven't been too proactive on defense. This is kind of nice.
Feels a little bit limp in the department overall.
The same thing with these two on an island on their own. Overwhelm is crazy strong.
It's not quite a Superman, but it is the Grim Reaper. Once more, Heretics being absolutely slaughtered here. 3 are down. Site control conceded.
Okay,
We're going up towards match
we're
point.
looking at 4 chances for Koi to close this one out, and they're going to have some good ults for this as well, especially if Trex gets this kill. That's Trex's ult as well.
Has been really nice. They've realized Tower's been left pretty unguarded. Mixwell's like to play directly
nice, really good round from Trex. Okay,
so they are just
big ults for this one. No more timeouts for Heretics. 4 chances for Koi. Yeah, surely.
The Heretics are fully entrenched, and they are
Up
not
comes out on Kellogg's again. No armor, by the way, just straight up glass
glass cannon operator in the hands of Kellogg's, but he had that for 2, maybe 3 rounds this half, and it didn't really get them anything.
Trex, yeah, Trex has always been really good on Raze.
As they were last time these two teams played in this map, let's not forget.
I think that was the biggest criticism most people were giving Koi.
Here it's looking to be
Like, why have we got this guy when we're not really using him well?
It's scary.
So I like that. His Raze was always really good.
If they don't have to use them in the plant, the post-plant, the retake, just not going to happen. Heretics have to get out in front of it. But they played B-site so passively, so on-site, now playing off as a matter of fact.
Here we go.
Ooh.
Oh no, Trex has the read!
Damn, nicely done. That was sick.
That's all they need though, that one entry's enough to give them site control.
Yeah, and honestly they've had so much success over towards B. I mean, they kind of just had success everywhere on their attack, but it just feels like they weren't actually ever stopped at these points.
Towards his left. Starkso has been on fire, but it's Wolfen even cancels out the opportunity for that 1v1 and gets the close down. Koi, they are absolutely demolishing.
Okay, nicely done from Koi. It was a ropey first half from them, but that was a solid attack. Yeah, shout out to Trex, felt like he did great back on Raze.
Crunching down into A main to those B hits over and over again. Trex was just on a rampage, round after round, topping the leaderboards for a 13-8 finish. That was 7-5.